Hi, my name is Tyler, and today I'll be discussing your data being collected and the government's involvement in the data collection. My claim is the US government should limit the use of personal information from social media or internet apps being sold to make a profit, but also these internet but also these they should limit the amount of data these apps are collecting. These apps are not making it clear and not consenting to the amount of data that is being collected to their users. Apps steal your data without your permission. An investigation that took place by the New York Times came to the conclusion that these location service apps collect way more data than you think. What this means is that these apps are collecting data like phone records, text message records, and like specific locations. And you're not consenting to that when you install these apps. That should be very alarming to the users and is pretty much just a privacy breach. And according to CNN researchers, more than 1,000 of these apps use these practices to harvest your data. And also, according to CNN, they garnered over $21 billion of profits from selling this data and using these practices. People can say you can just like avoid technology and just not let these apps or like developers or this technology stealing your data, but that's just not plausible in 2020. Technology is everywhere and vulnerable to being hacked. Amazon released a video demonstrating that Alexa, like a commercial for Alexa, and what this video also demonstrated that Alexa is pretty much everywhere and always collecting data. Alexa is in your car, at your fridge, on your phone, on your watch. It's pretty much everywhere, and it's not vulnerable to this data being hacked or anything. The Verge did an investigation and research that is possible for data breaches for this to happen. And another example of this is Amazon sent private data to a wrong person. What this means is Amazon sent transcripts and voice recordings of someone like just talking, their data just being breached, and this should be a very big privacy concern. This chart is pretty much the total numbers of breaches, and it has a correlation from these home products being introduced into people's homes. In 2014 is when the Alexa was introduced, and you can see a steady incline and increase as these home products are more push for people for them to be in their homes. In 2020, a big topic was TikTok and how they sent US user data to China. TikTok has a user base of 850 million, according to TikTok. And they're selling the data to China, to a foreign government, which should be very concerning to US citizens, as you're not consenting to this, and this is not clear to the user base. But also, our own government, the US, the government, is buying data from these app developers, according to The Atlantic, which should also be very concerning. And just it's not clear that this is happening, and just it should not be a thing. In conclusion, these apps should not be collecting this type of data. It should not be selling this data to governments. The government should limit this, but the government should also not be collecting. This is why I think the US government should limit the amount of data that social media apps or internet apps is collecting and also being sold to make a profit. Do you have any questions?
I do have two questions for you. First question, how valid and reliable were the sources that you used, and how do you know?
All of these sources came from trusted news, like news site and stuff. And these news sites source every single thing and just, they have a reputation. These are big news sources. I don't think they would risk it posting invalid data or invalid stuff.
Okay. And if you had more time, what additional research would you have conducted on this issue?
I think I feel like if I had more time, I would have find more in-depth examples of data breaches and like be able to have more clear and in-depth examples for my presentation in IMP. And
All right. Thank you.